Well, hellfire, it is RockdaRiff, and I am back for another Metalhead Envy. Back with some more King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Today, it's time to check out Static Electricity. A lot of people were saying this is their favorite off of LW. Uh, Tony Pepperoni, or Hey, Gabagoo. I'm not sure which one to go by, because the comment when I first read it was by Tony Pepperoni, and I've seen Tony Pepperoni comment on a lot of King Giz tracks that I have done. Always insightful and pretty chill, so I respect that. And this morning I got up to go check out, use his version on his channel of Static Electricity, the Rimlinger Farms. Let me scroll down for a second. Yeah, so now the handle has changed to Egg Goo. I love that shit. That's some of the hardest I laugh is like, hey, where the fuck is the Gabagoo? But thank you, Tony Pepperoni, Egg Gabagoo, for making it a point like, hey, come check out the live version I have and everything. I appreciate that. I thank you for checking out all the content I make on King Gizzard. This band is fantastic. So let's dive into Static Electricity. Oh yeah. I like the way those kicks sound in the live. I mean HD, okay. Just making sure. At first the video was a little choppy with Cav's hand movements and stuff. But an outside venue. Now that I think about it, I haven't played an outside venue since my band's like first big show. And it was so cold. God, it was so cold. If that venue hadn't have been wrapped, like the only thing that was open, it was an outside venue, outside stage, but the only thing that was open was the very front. And the wind just so happened to be blowing in from the side, so we were covered with the tarp. But man, it was colder than fuck when we did that. I already like that. Damn. I gotta say, I thought it was gonna hit harder than that. Like it was a good little build up, and I thought it was gonna come in on the crash cymbals. But going to the hi-hat was kind of like a yeah, simmer down. like that little build up. Because it's a mean ass riff and everything. But I don't know. I'm curious now the difference between this and the studio version. The only thing about this version, it just doesn't have, audio wise, it's not having like the actual just something. The sauce, whatever you want to call it. That's the only negative thing I could say at the moment. Let me keep going. There's something missing here. Those build-ups are nice, but when they're actually running, I don't know what it is. It's like, I feel like if Kaz was actually riding the China for a second, and then after the snare roll, that go to that little hi-hat change-up thing that's going on. I'm wondering if it's just for this live show, and then another thing I would say, just from what I'm hearing from this live audio, it's not like the song is good. I already know I'm gonna really dig the fuck out of this track when I listen to the studio version. I'm digging it now in this setting as well. It's just this live showing, I feel like I'm breaking it down more than the actual song. And I know they're in microtonal tuning, but the other guitar riff, when they're doing these verses, and I think it's what Joey's playing, it just sounds so out of tune. Like it just sounds like they're not tuned together. Right there. It's hard for me to actually tell because it is this microtonal tuning and everything, or microtonal guitars. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe my ears are not as fine-tuned as I thought. So, I mean, right there, they sound great together. So, maybe it's just artistic choice. shining out. So maybe it was just those sections. It was those two verse sections or whatever, wherever they fall. That was the guitars were kind of sounding a little, just a slight bit off to me. But in a live setting like this, I understand totally. Hell, there's my own band. We had this Twitch gig that we did, and we're so bummed at it. We didn't think about it when we did it, but my guitarist, my other guitarist I worked with right before we went on where we were going to play, he had dropped his guitar, and I mean, he had dropped it hard enough where it put a chip in the headstock, and he tuned it up, everything. We thought we were good to go, but it just slightly knocked off the intonation, and so now we have that live recording out of us going through tracks, and we're just so bummed because it's just, we can hear it bad. I don't know. I'm assuming any musicians that watch that video of ours and listen to it, they can hear it too, or anybody, you can hear it. It's just, the guitars are just slightly off, and it's like, fuck! I get so aggravated about that. And so now, I guess that maybe I'm a bit more conscious when I hear guitars, and to me, I'm like, are they intonated together? Like, what's going on? Like, and I just, like, it makes me think about it more hardcore just because I have personal experience of putting out something for everybody to check out, and that being the case for us and stuff. But then again, with this weird tuning and weird guitar setups that they have, that's, I guess it's on purpose. I'll have to listen to the studio version and see if I still hear it in that, and then I know it's intentional then. Get into it, bros. That was a nice jam, man. I dig the fuck out of Static Electricity. I'm not sure if this is the best live version. I kind of want to go do the studio version. I'll talk to y'all about the studio version once I listen to it and everything. The next King is track I do, I'll have listened to the studio version on the album. I'll talk about it there. But I enjoyed that. I mean, it's a nice little jam song. I feel like the build-ups and everything are pretty slick. I feel like, I don't know, could you argue that Static Electricity is the most rockish, like the most rock song of the Microtonal track so far? No, because the damn, which one is it? That's wow, 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 wow. The Hungry Wolf of Fate was pretty fucking heavy. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm like 1,000% gung ho of the audio of this live show. I felt like Cavs wasn't pushed up in the mix enough. I felt like the vocals are really overpowering, but the guitar riffs and everything are slick. But I would make the argument that once Cookie picked up and played the third part of the harmony, it sounds a bit better. If that makes sense. Maybe I'm dumb. Y'all will have to let me know in the comments what y'all's thoughts are. And yeah, it's not a maybe. I am pretty dumb. I'm learning. I'm trying to learn new things every day, especially music wise. It's my favorite subject to study and everything. Hence why I do the Metalhead Envies. But yeah, if this ends up being your first time to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Shout out to Tony Pepperoni, aka Gabagoo, for having the video and everything. And you commented and was like, "Yo, go check out the live version I've got and everything." I've been wanting to do another live version of a track from King Giz. I can't remember what's the last one I did. I guess it was the Zoom call one. Or is that, I don't know if that's technically considered live. I'm not sure about that one. But I enjoyed the hell out of that. I love seeing what all they got going on stage. Their stage is fucking cluttered. Like just thinking about my own stage presence, I literally, like you could see uh my whole setup. It's right there in the corner. Pedal board, a mini head, and a cabinet, and then that orange Kiesel and case. So not much of a setup compared to all this shit going on. But once you reach this status, man, fuck it. Have it. Have all that gear. Have all the band members have all that gear. But I can't think of nothing else to say. So stay positive, stay rocking. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.